What's up, my Project Diablo 2 superfans? Today we're taking the Holy Bolt and the Fist of the Heavens Paladin all the way to Ubers. We're starting at level 80 and this is the first time I've ever done this. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so we have Strength 91, Dex 57, Vitality 341, and I'm level 80. It's looking good. I got a Spirit, +1 all skills, 35 FCR, Allure, basic stuff. Spirit, Shield, +1 all skills, 26 to FCR, +1 combat skills, Amulet. The attack rating isn't really helping here. Got the Spirit Shroud, cannot be frozen, +1, 30 FCR. A ring for poison res, 33. A Mage Fist, can't use the fire skills, so we're using the 20 for the FCR. A regenerate mana too, that helps tremendously. We got the Shark Skin Belt, 10 FCR, and we corrupted it for a +2 max to all res. We got the Raven Circle, again I think the poison resist is what I'm using that for. And we got Inferno Strides, so 30 FCR, max fire res. So we begin our journey. We find a jewel in Act 4, and it has 15 increased attack speed, 5% chance of open wounds, and a 115 open wounds damage per second. I thought it was nice, could be used later on. And on our way, killing Hephasto, had to get the Soul Stone from Mephisto, and we're gonna smash it. At this point, I didn't realize you can use Holy Bolt as your main, and we got our Hellforge Hammer. Smash, smash, smash. And a Pull Rune. We take those, baby. On to the Chaos Sanctuary, we found a Great Helm, unique. And it's a Howl Tusk. Found this short battle bow coming back. And it's a Storm Strike. 41% chance to pierce. Not a bad roll. 165 ED, not bad. And now we're off to kill Satan. El Diablo. Again, wish I knew to use Holy Bolt. He dropped nothing useful. But I pick up this shield anyways. And a +1 to Pally skills. Thought maybe I could slam it for something. And PDR by 14%. Not as good as Spirit. Found this Grand Matron bow with 5 sockets on it and a +3 to all skills, or to bow skills. Thought we could save that for later on. Here I leveled up, used the skill on Salvation. Found an embossed plate in Act 5. This is in Atma's Whale. +1 all skills, 20 FCR. I thought it was dope at the time. Increased max mana helps. And now we are on our way to save Anya, because old Nilithok, he's stuck in his ways. We kill Frozenstein. Drops nothing. We speak to Anya. And of course, Nilithok did this to her. We must go avenge. It's the only way. We're here to take back what's ours. A couple shots into him, and I'm dead. But it's okay, because we're back again. And this time I'm not going down without a fight. Really wish I knew about Holy Bolt at this point. But slow and steady wins the race. And he drops our first key. One step closer to the Ubers. On to Act 5, making our way to Bale. Find this large charm on the ground. Wonder what it could be. And 2% to magic skill. It is a decent little upgrade. And I get a foul rune to drop, which definitely was needed. I did this short spear I found earlier for a +1 to combat skills. And I think it has a mad ED. Found this bone wand, a Graven Spine. Could use that later on for a necro build. +2, +1. Didn't roll the best on the Ray Skeleton Warrior, but we'll take it. I reached into the ground and pulled out a Limb Rune. Lovely. Found this amulet in a chest, +3 to fire skills. We'll take it. I reach inside a grave and pull out a foul rune. The dead has blessed me. Another Chaos Sanctuary run and we find an IO. Shank dropped me a gnarled staff. And it's a Spire of Lazarus with +3 to all skills. Shit on the regenerate mana. And back to Countess. Found this large charm on the way. ID that for 3% to magic skill and 31 to life. Very good charm. And a lamb. That's the best drop I've gotten from her so far. Got a War Fist in Act 3. We pick it up and ID it, and it's a Whispering Mirage with a pretty good roll on the skills. +2 to Assassin, +2 to Shadow, and +2 to Warrior. Find a Grand Charm while farming Act 3 again. I thought at this point the lower Kuros super chest still dropped high runes, but that's been nerfed. 33% to magic items. I can't complain. And another Countess run, we find a Grand Charm on our way there. And my first +1 to Skillers. I had to celebrate. And back in Act 3, doing another farm. Still thinking that the super chest dropped the runes I need. But I found this Grand Charm. Can't ID it because I'm out. And it's a +1 to poison and bone skills. Definitely going to make a necro soon. Back to the Countess. We drop a IO before we even get to her. I thought that was nice. And Countess again. Really wish I knew about Holy Bolt. But a noob is a noob. And a second key. Need that for the Ubers. We'll take it. Back to farming these chests, thinking I'm going to find a high rune. Found chain gloves instead. And they are chance guards. We use this for a magic item. Sometimes we'll replace it out because 38, not a bad roll. Find a unique ring. Go on my way to Countess again. Hoping for the best here. And it's Carrion Wind. Everything's pointing towards Necro. Back to Countess. And a co-rune. We'll take that. Found a Dole on our way to Andariel. Trying to make this Fortitude soon. And now we try Hellbale. And this doesn't go as smoothly as I'd like it. Because again, I was unaware of Holy Bolt. But I digress. Mercenary goes down. And it's up to me and my Fist of the Heavens to take down all these immune to magic unravelers. And oh boy is it a fun time. Slow and steady really wins the race here. And finally, we finished the second wave. Now these next 3 aren't going to be as bad as that. Take down this elite. Take down these Venom Lords. And again, we weren't in for the best time here, but we did what we could, and I believe we make it out alive. And so does the Mercenary. Take on these Minions of Destruction. Keep just enough rejuves to keep my Mercenary alive here. And just like that, we have completed the waves, and time to take on Bale. And I know this is going to hurt to watch, but this Fist of the Heavens is how we kill him. As you can tell, I really am a new player. But it's okay, because slow and steady wins the race. Tsunami unleashed on me, and he pushes me back. His tentacles coming out of the ground, overwhelming. But after 30 minutes, we finally take Bale down. And he drops a unique Hurlbat, and I just beat the clock. So after that, I decide we'll do some Andariel farming, and I find a legendary mallet on the way to her. Identify that as a Stone Crusher. Minus 12 to physical res. Could be better. Could be worse. And I'm still ignorant to the fact I can use Holy Bolt. Find a Petrified Wand. And it's a Karen Shard. +1. Wish it was +2, but we'll take what we get. Honestly, it was an ass roll. Replenished with 16. That was just bad. We decide to slam this belt here for faster cast rate. Let's go. We were using the gold wrap for the magic find there at this time. And Andariel drops a Sacred Rondash. Alma Negra, not bad. +2 to all skills. Could be better roll on the ED there. It was 176. And I find my low rune. So now Fortitude's going on the Mercenary. Thanks, Rock. Find the Hyperion on my way to Andariel. This unique shield, I wonder what it could be. Twilight's Reflection. And here goes my Fortitude. L, Soul, Dole, and Low. Rolled 271% on the ED. Could have been better roll. And another Countess run. A Rainbow Jewel, baby. Never seen one of these before, so I was looking astonished as hell. And it's a Rainbow Facet, a cold to be specific. -5 to enemy cold resist. So it rolled the most it could, and a +4 to cold skill damage. I'll take it. Back again for Countess. Farming up runes, trying to get me a Heart of the Oak. And a Mal. Now this was the best rune I've gotten from her. Oh, time to cube up these Mal runes. Now I have an Ist. Oh, I'm going to make Delirium on this helmet here. So Lem Ist IO to get this +2 to skills. And this is an upgrade from the lore I've been using. 30% magic find, 2 to all skills. I'll find a pull rune in Act 5, just doing some farming. Find a Grand Charm, +1 offensive auras. Too bad I'm using a defensive aura. But still, we take those with the life. Over here trying to farm a key, I believe. Find this unique ring, and Constricting Loop. Now this is actually really good for me, but boost my FCR. Hierophant Trophy in the Chaos Sanctuary. And it's ethereal. Everything's pointing towards Necro. And a Homunculus, +2 to Necro skills. Pretty bad on the ED, and pretty bad on the all-res. So we show off my little upgraded build here. Still rocking the Spirit. Still rocking the Mage Fist. 20 to FCR, regenerate mana. Ass roll on the enhanced defense. And now we're putting Constricting Loop instead of that Poison Res ring. So it's 20% FCR, +16 to strength, not bad on the roll, and a full +6 life after each kill. Really not bad. Now we're using the Demon Strap with the corrupted 10% FCR, +75 to life. Bone Coil, another 10% FCR ring we found, corrupted it for a 10% lightning res. War Travs, didn't find these on video unfortunately, but we're using it for the magic find, 36. And a super ass roll on the enhanced defense there. The same spirit, oh sorry, this is a new spirit, because it's 35 FCR instead. I found another base. Corrupted a +1 pally skill, and we found for a +2 max. The Delirium that we just made. And Atma's Whale, we corrupted it for a lightning res and a 4% max to lightning res, so my resistances are looking pretty good at this point. Oh, I'm going over my charms. Did this +1 to combat skills here. All res plus 10, 3% to lightning skill, 2% to lightning skill, 2%, 5 FCR plus 24 life, and 2 and 2 to lightning skills. All boosting up that damage. Find this Grim Shield in Act 1, and it's a lidless wall with plus 2 to all skills. And my dumbass goes to brick this. That's what happens to it. I don't have it on video, but I shouldn't have done that. Back into the towers. On our way to Countess, we find a Mal. Find a We cube up those to a Mal. Cube up the Mals to a Ist. And cube these Ist up into a Gull so we can make Principal. We put our runes into this base here. Rao, Gull, Eld, and we have a Principal rune word. Plus 2 to Paladin skill levels. Rolled really bad on damage to demons. Rolled to undead. Got 104 life. It was a pretty bad roll. But we take that because it's an upgrade over the Atma's Whale. It really hurts to see that I'm not using Holy Bolt on these single targets. But I digress. Find a Grand Charm in the Chaos Sanctuary. Pick that up, ID it, and another +1 to Poison and Bone skills. Again, we're leaning Necro. Off to Andariel and a unique amulet. Wonder what this could be. A Nakazan. Can be used for declone or something like that. Really nice on the max fire resist. Really bad on the fire res. And we corrupt it for a +10 to strength. I thought it was whatever. Find some war bolts on our way to farm Bale again. And their Abyssal Wards. They rolled really well on the enemy physical resistance. -14. And we're killing Bale again. Still not knowing about Holy Bolt. I know this hurts to watch. And a large charm was dropped. 3% to magic skill. We take those. Find a Vortex Shield while farming Act 3. Sky Warden, baby. +2 to offensive auras. +2 to Paladin skill levels. Rolled the lowest it could on enhanced defense. But we take it. And I find a Talisman of Transgression. Find a +1 combat skills to Paladin. I think we could slam that. Found some Ethereal Greaves. And Tear Haunches. +2 defensive aura, so that could help my salvation. And a +1 of Vigor, which always helps. We slam the Amulet for 18 lightning res. Farm Andariel for Wormhide boots. And a Twisted Essence that might come in handy later on. And Merman Sprockets. Pretty decent on the max stamina roll. Pretty bad on the defense roll. We corrupt it for increased chance of blocking. See, at this point, I went on YouTube and found out that Holy Bolt can be used together with Fist of the Heavens. Drop this unique helmet. Steel Skull. The 20 IAS I thought could be good for my mercenary with the life stolen per hit and the mana stolen per hit, so of course we go to corrupt it. And we get higher magic fine. So I decide let's try to go into a map. Maybe I'll find some stuff that I might need and see how it goes. Found a Sigil of Madoc, but there was this Spire of Darkness I had hit that made the whole map go dark, and I didn't know this till recently, but it drops keys all up in the map. So here I basically find everything I need to get to Uber Tristram. Another key of destruction. We take out this boss, Gimli, the summoned one, and he shoots his blood in circles and waves it around like a whirlpool. And our first T2 map, I believe. These shadow people drop me 2 keys of hates. Crazy, one after the next. We fight Satan again, and he drops a unique amulet and a mithril coil. Me hoping for the best. We pick these items up and I get to IDing. For Dungos, let's go. 34 to vitality, 116 on the max stamina, replenish life almost max, and a Mahimok. The first one I've gotten, so I'm okay with this. And our Ohm rune. Oh my gosh, this was so nice. Needed that. The only trading I did this season was I traded this Ohm rune down. I wish you could just cube down runes. We traded that Ohm for a Vex, and then I traded a for a pull to make Heart of the Oak. And here we level up to 90. Spent some skill points, and praise the sun, we've leveled up. Find another Sigil. These start dropping like mad. Back to Act 3 for some more farming. At this point I was doing corrupted zones, and I found a Sur rune. Just like that. That was pretty awesome. It's the highest rune I've ever found. And a low again. And they were dropping, baby. Find a talisman in a corrupted zone. And then I find my base for Heart of the Oak. Another rainbow jewel. Now I know what they are, but I still wonder what this one is. I ID it. And it's a poison one. It rolls max on the skill damage, but -3 on the res. Not bad though. And I find this Holy Water Sprinkler with a +3 to Fist of the Heavens and a +1 to Pally skills. Ignore target's defense. It was pretty good. I used it for a little bit and then switched back to Spirit. I find this Chaos Armor and Trangules. Here's where I switch it. It does raise my damage quite a bit. So at this point, the only difference in my build is I believe I found Ormus robes, and I had switched them out for a while because it was raising my damage, but I liked having the plus skills to all my other skills. So the 10% to lightning damage, it wasn't really worth it in the end. I was experimenting here. I did find this new amulet, and I corrupted it for curse resistance, and we found a Zakarum shield, and it already had all res on it, so when I applied spirit to it, the all res shot up like crazy. It was 55 life per hit on the Tranguls. Slam the Talrash's crest for a socket. I used this puzzle box that I found earlier on this Ormus robes just to make it into some magic fine gear. And I slammed the tier haunches for a 10% FHR. And here we finally have enough to make my Heart of the Oak, because I had found runes and traded down for that Ko and the Vex. Or not the Ko, the Vex and the Pull. So we look at my updated build now. We got the Mage Fist, +1 of fire, 20 FCR, Heart of the Oak, 3 to all skills, 30 FCR. It rolled pretty bad on the all res, but I digress. We got the Principal, +2 to Pally skills, 104 to life, using this +1 combat skill charm. Oh, and at this point I did trade for 1 combat skill charm because someone wanted 5 Worldstone shards for it. And I was like, man, that's nothing, I'll take it. Got some FCR charms to raise my cap. I believe at this point I was hitting 125. Still impressed with that magic skiller charm. That was really nice. 31 and a 3%. It was beautiful. Got some extra magic fine on them little charms. And back to Act 1, and I found a puzzle piece just as I used one. And in cows, we found a Shaco. I was so happy about this. Corrupted cows, baby. Do my little dance. ID it. The PDR rolled like shit. The magic is fine was but Shaco was a Shaco. And we traded for that Delirium. And another charm. Find a +1 to poison. All signs pointing towards the Necro. I corrupt these Venom Grips for extra poison resist. +2 to Sorcerer skills, +3 to Blizzard. So that would give me +5 to Blizzard. And it had 10% minus on the enemy cold res. And a chest gave me a beautiful chest. I'm killing Satan again because Satan drops different stuff, and I get a unique tiara. And Kira's Guardian. Not bad, not bad. They cannot be frozen. I was highly considering. It rolled really well on the all res, 36. So I decided to corrupt it. +2 sockets. So I have the bright idea to put it on my mercenary and put some of those IAS charms that I found, or jewels that I found earlier. So we put the 15 IAS with enhanced damage. And that beauty goes on my mercenary. Raises my damage a little bit, 3682. It's not bad. Some more corrupted chaos sanctuary farming. Find a rune scepter. Pick that bad boy up, and it's a Zakarum's hand. +3 to offensive auras. It rolled the max, and it rolled really good on enhanced damage. Finding a boss plate in Act 5 again, and an Atma's Wail again. Looked like it was almost in the same spot, but this one rolled a better enhanced defense. I thought I already had one. Let's get to corrupting. 3 sockets. Looks like I have my new magic item. Find a Vortex Shield in Act 1. A Griswold's Honor. Find some Greaves in the Den of Evil, Corrupted Zone. And their Tear Haunches again, except this time not ethereal. And at this point I have more than one of each of those boots, so I get to corrupting and I brick my Gorefoot. Slam these Tear Haunches for extra cold res, +27%. +1 to cold skills. And 36 to life. Wow, that was a really good one. Find these War Bolts and their Bannerlords. At this point I think I already have Bannerlords, so we get to corrupting. And 12% to cold resist, not bad. We decided to slam the other one because at least I still have one. And this one, 2 sockets, which I thought was pretty nice. We take those. Back to the cows, they've been blessing me. They dropped a unique amulet and another Nakazan. I figure I already have one, so I know we slam that. Find a unique ring, hoping for a SOJ. And a Ravenfrost, honestly not bad at all. Find a Grand Charm taking down these cows. And my next +1 to skills. We slammed this Ravenfrost for +3 to mana. And I had a second one at this time. Slam that. And +9 to strength. I slammed this Nakazan. And cannot be frozen. So now we have more ways. And this will be helpful for declone. I had found another Shaco. That was wild. I forgot I did. So we slam this one. And we get 30 FHR. Now we're running maps. I find the Spire of Darkness. And now we farm some more keys, baby. And this is what gets me to the point where I have all the keys that I need to access Uber Tristram. Find this Key of Hate. Find this Key of Destruction. These map events are so helpful, I swear. And get me a Key of Terror. Oh, find a Grand Charm. Have no room for it. And +1 to magic skills for an Amazon. Find another Key of Hate. And right before the event ends, I find a Key of Terror. Got real lucky with that one. So at this point, I have all the keys I need to access Uber Tristram. So it's time to farm these mini Ubers. Duriel, Izual, and Lilith. Get the parts I need and get my torch, baby. So I decide we go into Forgotten Sands first. We take on Duriel because it seems the easiest to me. I try to heal up Azrael with my Holy Bolt to keep him alive, but it only does so much. The positioning wasn't so well. But honestly, my damage wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Now at this point, I position my Mercenary better, and I stay right behind him. I'm healing him while the rest of my bolts pierce through and attack Duriel. And just like that, Duriel is down. 1 part down out of 3. Got Bale's Eye. Now off to Israel. I come into the portal and he was right in front of me as soon as I got in here. So this positioning we have a little bit better. Mercenary is right in front of where I need him to be, staying right there. Don't have to waste too many potions on him. My bolts are healing him and I'm getting a little bit of damage in. And just like that, Israel is down and we have Mephisto's brain, baby. Now off to Lilith. We get in here and thankfully this doesn't go bad at all. The positioning's okay. I have enough potions to last. And little by little we chip away at her health. Until eventually, she too must die. And now I got all my pieces for Uber Tristram. Got my Heart of the Oak, Principal, Mage Fist, Raven Frost. I found this Gloom's Trap. That FCR was nice. And I found this in a map. Time to combine all our pieces and go into Tristram. It says to find a blood fountain. And now we're in. And my dumbass forgot to fill up on potions. So there goes a waste of one of my tries. As you can see, we're not off to a great start here. And now we're back, filled up, ready to go. We try to get his aggro, and turns out Diablo's over here. And I get almost blown to smithereens by a laser. Find Mephisto. But there goes my Mercenary. And we are solo dolo again. It's not looking too good for your boy at this point, but turns out, as long as we get him alone, we can tank him pretty well. And my damage was okay enough to get him down. Slow and steady wins the race, boys. I'm running through my rejuvenation potions. Gellies are spawning. I have to slide. Fill up what I can. It's time to go finish him off. Little by little, we chip away, and down goes Mephisto. At this point, I'm thinking, man, this was a little bit harder than I thought. I was out of rejuvenation potions, and I was considering going back, but then I'd only have one more try. And we get here, and he's pushing me back with his tsunami. Shoots me with this fire blast, and I have to leave. His tentacles are coming out of the ground. Pressure is being applied. I really thought I could use my Mercenary. And then I thought, you know what, let me just go around because he keeps pushing me back. Now when I get up here, I'm in a pretty good spot, and all 3 Holy Bolts are hitting him. Damage is actually being applied, and I think to myself, man, this is hard, but we're getting there. We go revive up my dude, and hopefully we can position him right in front to where he stays healed, and we can take down Bale. He goes right in front. I'm able to heal him at the same time, and little by little, we start chipping away at Bale's health. And I died. But it's okay, because we have one more portal, and if I don't have anything, I have the will. Grab my corpse, slide back around, but now we have him aggro and he's following us, so at least we can get him out of that corner. And again, he spawns his duplicate. Not looking too good. So we fill up the rejuves, make sure we get those back. He follows us over that corner, and now I'm going to smack him with this Holy Bolt, and down goes Bale just like that. Now all we got to do is take down Diablo, and we got our torch, and we finished the Uber Tristram run. These pit lords are such a pain in the ass, especially with magic damage. It just doesn't work. Take out this horror archer, take out these pit lords, try to keep my mercenary placed properly. Here goes Diablo. Got smacked face with this laser. Meteors falling. Fire everywhere, and there goes my mercenary. Don't know how much health Diablo's at right now. We're kind of just winging it. At this point, I feel like I'm screwed. But I'm slowly wearing down his health, and his health's going down faster than Bale's. So I decide to at least maybe cut around this corner. Try to train these guys. Not going well. Have to slide out, use some more potions, and back for more. Round 2. I really felt like I was going to do it at this point. And at this point, I forgot that I had came in initially without any potions, so I had to go back. And that portal that I think I have, I don't have. So this is my last time I can try. And boy, did he spawn mad pit lords. And there goes my run. Your boy was hurting. But it's okay. Because all I needed was one more key. And boom. Nilithok dropped it just like that. Make our way back into Uber Tristram for round 2. Then to the mini Ubers again. Take down Duriel. Get my Bale's Eye. Take down Izual. Get my brain. And take down Lilith. And get my horn. This time we come prepared. I know what to expect. And it's not going to go down like how it did last time. And I'm trying to spawn Mephisto, but turns out Bale comes. Slams me with this fire. But we maneuver around. I get in a decent position, healing up my mercenary at the same time. And it's not looking too bad. Off to a much better start. He spawns his duplicate. This time, we're just taking him down, dude. Couple more shots. And now down goes Bale. Stack back up on these potions. And now to battle Mephisto. And of course, they're spawned right next to each other. So now I try to find a way to at least separate them. And it doesn't go so well. Slam this holy bolt into these mages. But of course, it doesn't take long for my mercenary to get destroyed by Diablo. We decide to go back and revive my mercenary. But thankfully, I've still got all 3 of my tries. Now we're down to 2. So we are easily able to draw Mephisto out alone. And thankfully, we can tank Mephisto. Got the proper position for my mercenary to where we could heal him with the holy bolt. And down goes Mephisto. Honestly, much easier than I expected. Stock back up on these potions. And now to get my revenge on Diablo. And there we go, smacking Diablo. I'm pretty sure he's behind there. Yup. He slams his freaking laser into my face. But this time, we're doing a bit more damage. Got him in a good position. Not 1,000 pit lords have spawned yet. Still have 2 tries. So this has got to be it. Tries to slam me with his laser again, but we're not having it this time. A train of pit lords. Try to keep them behind me and close by so I can get access to Diablo. And they trapped me in this shield. Didn't expect that to happen. Almost died right there. Decided to slide, go back and get some more potions at my last 40 of them. Came back with my mercenary and my potions filled back up. And now it's time for Diablo to die. Slams face with the laser. Tried to keep my mercenary alive as long as I could. At this point I realized that the mercenary just was not good for the Diablo fight. There's just too many pit lords and not enough defense on my merc. But by the grace of the gods above, we slay Diablo. And just like that. Now all I have to do is grab this charm and the soul stone and slide out of there. Which I almost am not able to do. Boom, boom. Get out of there. Let's go, baby. Did that. And 2 to necro skills. Yay, a necro charm. Not gonna lie, boys, at this point, I said, yeah, we're gonna trade. So I ended up trading for a Paladin charm later on. And this is the end of the journey from level 80 to Ubers. I appreciate everybody staying to watch. It sucks we didn't get the Paladin charm, but we'll take what we can get. Everyone tune in soon for my declone video.